Hi everyone. English 2332, week 13. Hope you got your taxes done and filed on time. This week we're on Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, sometimes pronounced Sir Gawain. It's a fascinating little story here, told in poetry form, poetic form, and really a great masterpiece. Is written toward the end of the Middle Ages, and just really fascinating in its narrative, the poetic form with the bob and wheel quatrain and the characters, of course. And you can get a good overview just by reading a summary. You can learn the plot just by watching a short video. In fact, I think I posted one up for you. But oh, and this is my copy. This is different. This is a much older version, different translator, and yours won't look anything like this. But I've had this one for a long time. I got it all marked up. So yeah. Point is, there's a lot of fascinating information in the details. As you read the poem and highlight the poem, I encourage you to look for the details. For example, the timeline, the holidays that are mentioned in the poem, the Green Knight himself. What did he look like other than big and green? I mean, you might contrast him with the Hulk from the Marvel universe. He's no Hulk. You also need to know a little bit about. Now remember, this is one story out of the Arthurian legends, the legends of King Arthur. And it's also like the Marvel universe, the MCU, because you've got just a few central characters and lots of stories around these characters and lots of interesting little side characters. Ant-Man and the Wasp and uh, just lots of little characters that go along with the main characters. And in here, Sir Gawain, who is the nephew of King Arthur, has his own story, his own adventure in this case, and it's a wonderful, exciting story about King Arthur. King Arthur was a major shift. It was literature, okay, it's writing written by Geoffrey of Monmouth or Chrétien de Troyes, if you like the French, but it really marks a remarkable shift in their cultural philosophy because during most of the Middle Ages, whoever the strongest, most powerful person was, or the person with the most aggressive tendencies, or the biggest, baddest weapon, that person was in charge. When King Arthur, the legends came out, the idea began to shift that might does not make right, that right exists by itself, is from God. You notice the Christian overtones or undertones. That might does not make right, that there is an absolute right and wrong in the world, not just the rules laid down by the mighty. And so it's a big shift in their culture. And so you want to look for examples of that as well. But look for the details. Think about the Green Knight. Think about his horse. Think about the time of year. Think about Sir Gawain's armor. Think about how he got his armor. Think about the monsters he fought on the way. Think about the journey itself. He left. Well, you know when he left, and it took him. Well, you know how long it took him to find the Green Chapel, which wasn't really a chapel, and he fought a lot of monsters. Think about the monsters. Think about the challenges. Think about the exchange of winnings. Uh, just a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I know what you're thinking. It's a poem. It's 50 pages long. Yeah, I know, and it does sound like a lot. But you can break it down into chunks. And a good overview, a summary of the plot, will help you to understand it better. But reading the poem will reap its own rewards as well. So I encourage you to take the time, go through with your highlighter, take notes, summarize, be sure you know who all the characters are, and be sure you understand how it ends. This is kind of a mystery, so until you get to the end, you really don't understand it completely. So take some time, go through the poem, enjoy it, soak it up, and let me know if you have any questions.